Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Today, I'm going to be talking about an extremely important lesson. So you want to absolutely make sure that you have something to write with and take copious notes, because for some of you guys, this actually is going to change your Forex trading career. I promise you that. While you're grabbing your pen and piece of paper, I want to say a thank you to my Signals group. Last week, we were 6-3. One is still pending because we got it open. But if that one wins, I put it at 7-3. It actually would have been 9-1. But the news came out on the USD that hit two of our trades. But that's okay, it happens. But also the scalping group, they did over 2,500 pips in last week. Okay, and so either way it goes, it was a very profitable week. So if you haven't joined our signal service, go ahead and do so. All right, let's get started because I got a lot of stuff to do and I want to get out of here because I got a date with my wife. All right. So number one, I want to talk to you guys about this subject because this is one that is so critical to your Forex trading success. If you don't get this understanding, then I'm telling you, you're already in a bad situation. Okay, so make sure you are taking copious notes. Before I get to the notes, I want to explain something talking about market psychology. Everybody wants to know about market psychology, but I'd like to take it a step deeper. Here's the reason why. As I go through these, I'm going to give you the pros and cons of each one of these scalpers, day traders, swing traders. Okay, we're going to go through those step by step, and I'm going to go through the pros and cons of each one of these and their time frames that typically you should be looking at. Okay, but the problem is that too many people come to the market with conflicting ideas. Okay, conflicting ideas. Why don't I say that towards the end, and I'll explain that because that is where your trouble is. Okay, so let's get started on it. Number one, let's talk about the trading styles. I'm gonna start with scalper. We're gonna go to day trader. Then we're gonna go to a swing trader, and I'll wrap it up with you personally, trying to figure out which lane should you stay in. Okay, so here we go. Number one. Let's talk about the scalper. The scalpers typically trade off the 1 minute and the 5 minute time frame. Okay, 1 minute and 5 minute time frame. Make sure you're taking notes. Make sure you're taking notes and share it. And by the way, before I go further, can you guys please smash the like button and the subscribe button so every time I'm doing a video, it'll pop up. You'll know when I'm doing it. Okay, that will help me as well. Thank you. So scalpers go and trade anywhere between the 1 and 5 minute. Here's the pros. Okay, I'm going through what's good about it, bad about it. So if you don't use the term pros and cons in your country, because I know thousands of people around the world are going to watch this, pros and cons in the US, which simply means what's good about it, cons mean what's bad about it. So here's the pros for it. Okay, here's what's good about it. You can get in and out of trades very, very quickly. So it's fast profits with less wait time. Please write that down. That is so critical. It looks like Jamaica's in the house. Hey, Jamaica, see, I told you, all around the world. So we have scalpers who, the good part about being a scalper is you can get in and out of trades very, very quickly. Okay, depending on the market movement and the session that you choose to trade. Okay, so again, you're looking at the pros is fast profits with less wait time. Now let's get to the con. What is bad about being a scalper? Oh my goodness. Holland in the house. All right. I told you we're international. Congratulations. Hey, everybody. All right. So let's get to the bad part. This is important. This is important. And when I get to the tail end, do not log off until I complete everything, because once I get to the tail end and wrap this up, you're going to see why this is one of the most important lessons you should have been taught long before you even started your Forex career. Okay. So make sure to share this as well with other traders. Here's the bad part of being scalpers. From my observation and number of years of helping people, training people, here's the bad side. Most get addicted and don't know when to stop. So they are either always at a break-even point or losing money, even if they win. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, how could that be possible? I'll tell you why. The problem is that with a lot of scalpers, they have a good strategy, it works and everything else. The problem is that when you start winning 2 or 3 trades in a matter of minutes, what's to stop you from continuing on thinking that you're on a lucky streak? And so they end up jumping right back in. Then they won 3 trades, they lose 2, now they're upset. So they go back and start trading again. And pretty much the only person who's actually winning trades, honestly, think about this. It's your broker. Trinidad in the house. Hey, Trinidad. I told you we're global. Your broker is charging you to enter trades by the pip. So if you're scalping and you're trying to go for 5 or 10 pips, but your broker on, let's just say you're trading, you know, a GBP pair or a Euro pair, you know, not just, they advertise the Euro USD with, oh, low spreads, 1 pip spread and this and that, a 0 per, you know, they advertise that, but they know when they get you in the door. Germany in the house. Oh, I just love this. Hey, everybody. They know when they get you into the door that that's not going to be the only pair you trade. Nigeria, we're getting big shout outs from all over the world. Look, we haven't even, I mean, this video haven't even went to everybody else. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. But let me stay focused. Here's the deal. Your broker is charging you on some of these pairs 3 and 4 pips. So by the time you enter the trade, you're already down 3 to 4 pips. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? We got Singapore, we got London. Congrats. Thank you guys. The problem is, as a scalper, if you are trying to target 10 pips per trade and you're trading certain pairs, you need to pay attention to the spread on each and every pair, not the ones they just advertise. Each and every pair comes with a different spread. So if you're trading like the GBP NZDs and stuff like that, let me actually go here. You know, like I got the CAD Swiss up. Okay, if you're scalping off the CAD Swiss, it's 4 pips. So if you're trying to target 10 pips, you got to be careful of that, because again, the only person who's really going to ultimately be making money off of your account is the broker if you don't control yourself. Are we clear on that? So scalpers have an addiction to the market. I used to be one. I created a term and say hashtag super easy, hashtag market addiction, because I couldn't stop. I started off, before I traded in the Forex world, I used to trade binary options. Anybody who traded binary options know you're in and out in 30 seconds to 1 minute, and you better be correct because you're on a timer. So therefore, you're used to this high speed trading. And then you get into Forex and you're still high speed, 1 minute, 5 minute trading. It's a little bit better than binary, but the fact is that if you win a couple of trades, you say, oh, I'm just going to take 2 or 3 trades today. If you win those 2 or 3 trades, the problem is that now you're feeling too cocky and confident. So you jumping back in when your rules said to stop. Do you see how you lose control of yourself? So the con is, the downside to being scalpers, I don't know too many outside of, that's why, and yes, I'm advertising it. How he always said, yeah, you listen to a bunch of Geico commercials and you don't say nothing to them. You look at Progressive commercials and say nothing to them. So yes, why not promote what we're doing? We're helping people to make money. So in the scalping group, Miss Jenny is a Forex scalping beast. They make thousands of pips every single week, and she does it live in class to guide the people. I am not good at that. I have a lack of self-control. That's why I choose, although I know how, I choose not to be a scalper. I know how. I choose not to. Not because I don't have the knowledge, but I don't have the what? I want to see if you guys are getting this. The word is, I don't have the self-control. I know me. So therefore, I leave it to an expert who has mastered not just how to scalp, but has also mastered herself. And that's why they're killing the market every single week, making thousands of pips in the signals group. There you go. Thank you, Arizona. Discipline. I'm not disciplined. I just got to be honest. I'm not that disciplined when it comes to scalping, because if I win too many fast trades, I'm going to go back to what I've been doing and don't want to get off the computer. And here I am 24 hours a day trading like it's a freaking casino. Isn't that what a lot of people do? So it's a trap, okay? And you got to remember, if I'm going for 10 or 15 pips, the broker on some of the pairs I like to trade is charging 4 or 5 pips. So I got to make up 5 pips plus the 10 on every trade. And I better be right, because if I lose, the broker did make money. I did not. Now I got to recoup not only the trade that I lost, but also the broker fees that I paid out. So it keeps you at the computer, just like people are gambling addiction. See, somebody said Miss Jenny is the best. Yeah, thank you, Peter. See, I don't make this up. She's a beast. And she is so kind-hearted. I love her teaching style. So again, I leave that to her. I leave it to her because I know me. Notice I haven't even got to the tail end to wrap this up, but you guys are seeing you have to be honest with yourself. But before we get to that, let's go to the next one. So that wraps up on being a scalper. Let's move on to being day traders. Day traders typically like to trade 15-minute to the 1 hour time frame. 15 to the 1 hour time frame. Okay. Now here's the good part about being a day trader. Day traders trade less and has the ability to walk away from their computer as they wait for a trade to play out. Okay. Yes, Miss Jenny is very humble. I mean, I just actually texted her just a few moments ago. Very humble trader. That's why she's successful at scalping too. But let's get back to this day trading. They have the ability to trade less per day, and they get the freedom to walk away from their computer because they know in their heads that it takes a little bit of time for the trade to play out. So they actually get a chance to take a break, have a nice lunch break. They place a couple of trades, take a lunch break, come back, check on the trade, and try to close it before the end of the day. That's what the day trader is. They like to close their trades typically before the end of the day. Okay. Number two, they are far less addicted to the charts and typically like to trade only one session that they favor. Now, again, they can trade maybe 2 sessions, but the average day trader, they've already selected their average best trading session, and therefore they like to trade that session, and they're comfortable with the certain pairs that they choose, and they know what to typically expect. Win or loss, it's okay. They have their routine, but the freedom is they know, hey, I can walk away from my charts and just enjoy myself. Okay. India in the house, Jamaica in the house. I'm telling Holland in the house. Hey, welcome you guys. Welcome from all over the globe. And we haven't even reached the thousands who's going to be watching this later. So thank you guys for joining. Very encouraging for me to continue to feel like doing these videos to help you out. Let's go to the next thing about the day trader. They have learned, write this down. This is beyond critical. Write this down, write it down, write it down, write it down. They have learned a big function that all successful traders have in common: patience. They have learned to be patient. Okay. Now, I forgot to add something. Let's go back to the scalper. Under your notes, put number of trades taken per day, because I did add a category for that. What is the average number of trades that each one of these people take per day? Okay. So as far as a scalper, the number of trades taken per day is unknown because the average scalper doesn't limit themselves because they're used to fast money in and out. They become addicted to the market. So even though they say, I'm only going to take 3 trades a day, which is good, just take about 3 and walk away. What happens? 6, 7, 8, 9, 20 trades in a day. And if you take 20 trades in the day and you multiply that by the number of pips that the broker is charging you in spread, you can see why they have to sit at that computer all day long to make up. Because if they only took the 3 trades and they won those 3 trades, guess what? It wouldn't have hurt. They wouldn't have seen no problem. But you got to add in the more trades you take in a day, the more losses you're going to potentially rack up, which means not only did you lose the trade, but you also lost the pips to the broker. Now you got to make all of that up. So that's why they keep themselves in a perpetual cycle of trading and not seeing the results that they're looking for. Okay, type a amen in the box if you understand what I'm saying so far. I want to make sure that everybody's understanding what I'm saying. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I want to make sure everybody was with me. I don't want to leave nobody behind. Okay, I do love you guys. And again, we're a team, whether you like me or not. We are actually a team. We're forced to be on the same team because we're all retail traders. So I'm just, as a fellow teammate to the retail trader team, I'm always doing these videos to kind of give you encouragement and nourishment and mental thinking processes. So as you're doing your routine of trading, you are getting some Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Okay, now let's flip back to the day trader. The day trader, what's the average number of trades taken per day by a day trader? The average number of trades taken by a day trader on average could be anywhere from 1, 2, or possibly 3. Why? Because since they're selecting to be a day trader, there's not going to be a whole bunch of different opportunities. So they're a lot more skeptical on the number of trades they choose to take. Okay, because they're trying to get in and out before the end of the day. So they're going to be a lot more skeptical. We're not skeptical, picky is a better word. They're going to be a lot more picky and selective on the pairs they want to trade. Number two, because of the number of pips they can possibly make, it's anywhere from 15, 20 pips, 25 pips a day, something around that range. It easily can eat up the broker's fees without them coming in at a break even or a loss. Okay, so if the broker is charging, 5 pips to get into the trade, okay, the trade moves in your favor, you don't care, right? And you're not over trading, so it's not like you're paying the broker over and over and over again. You're only taking about 2 or 3 trades a day, okay? And if it's a bad day, which is okay, for an example, the average number of pips made in the signals group with Miss Jenny per week, they're averaging anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000 pips a week. But last week, there was news, so they chose to trade less trades in the scalping group. So they had walked away with a little over 2,500 pips. That's monster. That's still a monster. But the truth of the matter is they could have made more, but she chose to trade less. Why? Because news. You don't want to be trading a lot. See, discipline. Okay, let's get to the last one, and then I'll do my wrap up. The third one is this. Swing traders. Swing traders will trade anywhere from the 30-minute time frame all the way up to the daily. Okay. Now, here's the good part or the pros for a day trader. The swing trader. Number one, is perfect for people who like to travel or have to travel. We have in our group a bunch of people. Somebody said Miss Jenny is the queen. Absolutely. Like I said, I just texted her before I did this video. Absolutely, just a gentle person, a freaking genius on the charts. And that's why I leave the scalping group of the signal service to her, because she's very talented, very gifted. And, I got so much positive stuff to say about her. I really admire her. Truth be told, I'm a little jealous because she's very good at what she does. And so I'm always trying to be a student of Forex. But anyway, let's get back on that. Pros is number one, again, when you're a swing trader, which is what I prefer to be now, you have the ability to go take trades because you're expecting them to play out not in just a day, not in just a minute, but in a matter of days. I was in class showing my students a particular trade, and I clearly showed them proof. There was one trade, one currency pair, they could have took it 3 trades, the last 3 trades, and each one of them played out over a number of, on average, 4 to 6 days. Same trade, we count up the pips, they seen it. Like one trade, it was one trade placed, equaled up to 100 pips in a week, but it was only one trade. Then you took it the other way and made 85 pips, one trade in 4 days. So, but if you break it down by number, so let's just say 80 pips, okay, and you divide it by 5 or whatever. Okay, let's do some numbers. Okay, 80 divided by 5 equals 16. So that means if you were trying to be a person, you used to like being a scalper, but you just wanted to switch up because you got to travel, you got to go back to work, COVID is over, whatever, and you traded a swing trade and you hold it over a whole week of over 80 pips, that's 16 pips per day. Well, guess what? Isn't that equivalent to what a scalper would have to do? Get what I'm saying? So again, it's just up to you. Okay, but let's keep going. The next thing about, and we do have a lot of people who travel on trucks, airline stewardess and pilots and people who can't be on the charts. So that's why they prefer to be in our group as swing traders, because they can place a couple of trades using one of our all-time favorite strategies, and they can just place their trades and walk the heck away. Okay, which is great. Far less stress. All right, let's go to the next thing that's good about being a swing trader. Now, basically what I listed outside of them being able to travel like I'm about to do, I got trips booked up because guess what? COVID is over. Okay, COVID they are opening back up the country. I'm ready to get back on the road to start traveling. So therefore, I'm excited to be able to just walk away from this office and when I place my trades. So that's a good thing. The other benefits are exactly the same as the day trader, meaning that you trade less, you're far less addicted to the charts, and you have learned to master patience. It's all good stuff. So when it comes to, and I seen somebody commented, what about the downside to being a day trader? I don't see any. I put none. Now, that's not to say there isn't any, but me having done all of these, I don't see a downside to being a day trader, and I darn sure don't see a downside to being a swing trader. So if I had to pick between those, yeah, those would be the ones, okay? Those would be the ones. Now, here's the deal. Being a scalper is good too. The only problem is, and now let's do the wrap up. Oh, by the way, let's leave with this one. The average trades per day for a swing trader, I put it's not even relevant because the average swing trader doesn't trade per day anyway. They look at the charts, and whenever a good opportunity presents itself that week, then they will enter a trade. So they're typically entering trades anywhere from 1 to 3 trades a week. Okay. However, those trades could run for 100 to 100 pips each or 50 pips each or whatever. So they still come out pretty good, and they traded far less with far less stress. Now, let me do the wrap up. Here's the main thing that we need to talk about. Okay. So I went through the pros and cons of it. Here's the main thing you need to focus on, because this is the part that most people need to know. Yes, I went through the pros and cons of being a scalper, a day trader, swing trader. So if you tuned in late, make sure to watch this from the beginning. But here's the real nugget that you need to know. The real nugget is this. Who are you? Who are you? Let me go back to what I said, because some of you guys said, whoo, went right over your head. I said that when I started, I also started as a binary options trader. You're having to trade and be right every 30 seconds to 1 minute because you're on a timer. If anybody ever traded binary options, you know doggone well exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, somebody said they bought the system and they 7 out of 10 trades. See, told you I don't make this stuff. I don't make this stuff up. I don't make this stuff up. That's why I turn on the live chat so you guys can see from other people what they have to say. I don't make this stuff up. Okay, so somebody bought our system about 5 months ago, they said, and it's in the chat. I don't even know who the person was, but they said they bought it 5 months ago and they were averaging 7 out of 10 trades. Woohoo, 70% win rate. See, okay. Profits, okay? But here's the deal. So that means for every 10 trades they win, they're winning 7 out of the 10. That's great. So congratulations to you, okay? Let me say this. I want you guys to focus very clearly on what I'm about to tell you, because all that stuff that I just went through sounds real good, but there's a problem. Here's the big problem, the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is who we're not talking about is you. Who are you? Who are you? Notice what I said. I said that dang, somebody said I won 10 out of the 12 trades. See, boom, congratulations. Make that money. Praise God. Go ahead and do your thing. Y'all some dangerous people to the system. They don't like y'all. Yeah, if you want the system, just go to our website, superezforex.com. But let me finish, because somebody's going to say, oh, he out there trying to promote. Well, you listen to Geico commercials and Taco Bell, they play their commercials 10 times a day and you don't complain. So at least people are telling the truth. They have the system. We don't make this up, okay? It is what it is. So anyway, let me get focused, because this is the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is the problem was that I became a danger to myself. Hear me good on what I'm about to tell you, because all that other stuff sounds real good, and it sounds, and you say, well, which one should I be? Here's what you need to know. The average trader who comes to the Forex market has a conflict of interest in their own mind. Hear me good. They start off coming to the markets because a lot of people are promoting scalping, which is great if you know how to do it. That's why I started with scalping. If you know how to do it right, there's tons of money to be made. I told you the Signals group, we have a special class twice a week where you trading live with Miss Jenny, and they're all scalping, and they're making thousands of pips a week. but they're doing it under the professional tutelage of a professional scalper. The average person who comes to the market comes with the wrong mentality. And so you become a trap to yourself because you're addicted to trading. You over leverage your account. The broker's making a killing off of you, and it's just all downside bad. So then you say, okay, Uncle P, what you just said about being a day trader sounds a whole lot better. What you said about being a swing trader, it's a whole lot better. But hold on, wait, there's more, like the commercials. Here's the problem. I have noticed the people who make the transition from being a scalper to a day trader or a swing trader, the problem is you have a conflict in your head because you know when you take a day trade that you're supposed to let it play out for a couple of hours. You know that. You know that here. But in the subconscious, the word sub means below. You have a conscious mind, which is logical. It makes sense. I know if I place a day trade or a swing trade, I have to hold it for a little while. Type a number 2 in the box if you agree. Let's slow this down because this is the most critical part of this whole discussion. If you guys don't get this last part, I'm sorry, I can't help you. And you're going to be a danger to yourself and your family. So I want to make sure that I'm giving you correct information, because this is where people are becoming a danger to themselves and their family. So thank you for the number 2s. So you clearly know that if I place, logically speaking, if I place a day trade, I expect to hold it for longer than a few minutes. We all understand that. If I place a swing trade, I understand I may be holding this trade for a few days. We all understand that. We have no disagreement at all, except for in your head. Because the problem is when you place that trade as a day trader or swing trader, but you have a scalper's mentality, the conflict that exists between your two ears creates a conflict in your trades. And a lot of you guys are closing out your trades way too early because in your mind, you're so used to being a scalper, in and out, jump rope, right? The problem is that you end up closing trades that you should have left alone. Why? Because you're still looking at your charts every few minutes as if you were a scalper. Even though now you've transitioned out from being a scalper to a day trader or a swing trader, which means you have the liberty and freedom to walk away from the charts for a couple of hours. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? You have the ability to walk away, but yet in your head, you're still glued to the charts because you have a scalper's mentality. So therefore, the conscious mind says one thing, the sub below, that's why they have what's called substitute teachers, sub teacher, that means below the main teacher. Submarine means below the water. So when you have your mind, the conscious mind is telling you one thing, but your below mind, the subconscious mind, is conflicted because it's saying something else. It was trained to believe in getting in and getting out. But the conscious mind logically says, I just want to take a trade and walk away. Now you understand why you got that freaking phone attached to your eyeballs 24/7. And every day trade or swing trade you take, you're scared to death. And so when you get scared, what do? The average person closes out the trade, only to find out that had they left it alone, it actually would have worked out. So when you're trying to figure out, should I be a scalper, a day trader, or a swing trader, you have to figure out how to deal with the conflict that exists between these two ears. Type in 100 in the box if you know I'm telling the truth. Now, this ain't for everybody. This is for the real traders who want to be honest on this here Sunday. Okay? How many people is it going to be honest? There we go. Let's bring it. Bring them. Let's be honest. I know all this trading stuff, but I also know me. I know me. And see, when you become honest with who you are, before you hit the charts ever again, you really need to sit down with yourself and say, I need to have that hard talk with myself because he's actually telling the truth. I keep placing trades, but I keep staring at my phone. I tell my students that once I place a certain number of trades, I take the MT4 off my phone. That's what I literally have to do to this day to control myself. Because if it's on my phone, I'm going to look. Now, I love my wife. I'm finna go date her, but I'm just, so don't take this example as me doing it. But you can love your wife, but if a naked woman walk past, you understand? See, why? Because it's there. It was available for you to see. So your eyes is, I'm sorry. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Women, you ain't bad either. You go to the beach, you love your hubby with the beer belly, but when that man with the chest and the muscles walk by, why? Because it's there. Come on now, we grown up in here. Don't be playing like you sanctimonious. Tell the truth and shame the devil. It's the truth because it's there. It's available. So therefore, I put myself in a position where I don't lust after the charts like I don't want to lust after another woman. Come on now. I have no business lusting after another woman, and I don't have no business lusting after another trade or even lusting after the trades that I'm in. Come on now. Now that's TRUTH teaching. So take it off your phone. Well, I got these setups. Write the setup down. Take the MT4 off your phone because guess what? When you need to check it again in a couple of hours as a day trader or swing trader, you can always put it right back on the charts again. You can add it all back. So don't make no excuses for your addiction. Do you see how people manipulate stories in their own head? And this is why you're conflicted and inconsistent. Oh, yeah, man, I'm a swing trader. Then, I saw you checking your phone 10 times in the last 5 minutes. That ain't what swing traders do. That ain't what day traders do. So are you actually a scalper? No, I don't scalp. I learned to be patient. It doesn't look like it. You look like nervous as a cricket. You so jumpy. Whoa. Did you see that candle? Whoa. Well, maybe I should close. No, maybe. And you're just all over the place. But you're telling everybody else, nah, I'm learning, man. I listen to this dude named Uncle P, and I'm going to be like him, man. I've been swing trading. I've been day trading. No, you haven't. The trade you place may be in the day trade, but your actions and your mentality is still scalping. Oh, God, there's some good teaching here. I got to go. I think that's a perfect place to drop the mic because instead of me constantly talking to you, I don't need to convince you of the truth. You need to convince yourself of the truth. You can debate me. You can say whatever you want. I'm cool with that. I love you anyway. Because again, whether you like me or not, we're all one family because we're retail traders. That's the way the institutions, banks, brokers, everybody sees us. We're actually one family. They don't have no conflict among themselves. They know their role and they know their group. It's only us retail traders who combat each other and fight each other and call each other names and scammer and you this and you that. It's only us peasant people in the markets who are having these issues. Institutions typically are swing traders or position traders is what they call themselves. They know what they are. They know there's no conflict with them. They know what they're doing. It's only us, the little peasant people who think we know so much. So instead of me going further, I'm going to go ahead and shut this on off and let y'all have that debate in your own head. And you have this argument in your own head and say, was he telling the truth about me or not? Because until you're willing to deal with the truth, every lie that you tell yourself is going to constantly dominate your life. So with that being said, again, if you want to be coached properly, then come on and join us. That's cool. Go to superezforex.com, sign up, and I'll be in class on Tuesday. Sign up for the Simplicity System. If you want signals, okay, and you want to be in Miss Jenny's class to learn, and you say, but I love being a scalper, then get training. That's the whole point. This is the only area in business that I see people refuse to pay for training. You get hired at a job, the first thing they want to do is train you. They don't let you just start doing their business. Even if you came from another company that does a similar thing, they train you first. I told you guys a long time ago, when I was learning how to trade in the stock market, I had paid $25,000 cash to get training. They don't play, but in here, people want everything for free. And if you don't give them something for free, they call you a scammer. And then they keep wondering why you're losing. Because in this arena, it is so immature. Why do you think you need no training? If you're going to be a scalper, sign up for the Signal Service and just attend Miss Jenny's classes. You heard what other people said. Attend the classes with her so she can guide you. She answers questions. You've seen her take live trades on, and you get additional indicators for being in there. And she will show you how she looks at setups. It will be explained. It's a pleasant class. It's such a kind group of people. They're very friendly, and it's just a laid-back group as they're making their thousands of pips per week. But at least you'll learn. And when you feel like you're comfortable enough, then leave the group and go do your own thing. But at least you will learn what I had to learn. It's that it's not for everybody to be a scalper because it can mess you up. And I was dealing with that. I was messed up. Okay? I'll leave you guys with a question. If you feel like this video was a little bit helpful, please type a 200 in the box. I want to make sure that I'm always giving you guys good content. Even though I'm going to step on your toes, get in your face as a teammate, because, hey, what team don't get in each other's face every once in a while and say, hey, we need to clean this up? Because it is literally us against them. They're making their money. It's just us peasant folk in the retail Forex world who's struggling and squabbling amongst ourselves. I'm always trying to give you something that I know will be helpful for your journey, because my journey was so painful. Because I didn't have nobody who was willing to say, hey, okay, we're a team and I'm willing to volunteer my time to help out the other teammates. I ain't had nobody like that. And I'll leave you guys with this. The most painful experience, I'll never forget this dude. Shouldn't have did me like that. Now look at where I am now. I had called this dude up, who I assumed, and he was a scalper. I was, looking at his trading style and this and that, and then, took a couple of trades and then he closed it out and he went to the beach and this and that. So I contacted him, as he said we could do. I contacted him to say, hey, can I hook up with you and get support? And I'm willing to pay. This dude literally cussed me out, made a joke of my request, just belittled me. And I was like, what? Man, I ain't never been treated that bad. Just total disrespectful ghetto mess. So this is part of the reason why I'm doing these free videos. I don't want y'all going through that. That's to this day, it was so belittling how he came at me. And all I was like, you guys, beginning out, just asking for help. Hey, can you help train me? You seen what was on there, nigga? I'm like, what? And bloop, hung up. Wow. Okay. All right. So anyway, hopefully this video helped. Please share, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so that when I'm doing these videos, it'll pop up for you, okay? Love you guys. Have a great trading week. Bye.